Holy shit, let's go. Yo, Brothers Geek Out channel. This is Fight Talk with the BMAs. Let's just get into this UFC 284. Man, I'm joined with K West. He's been up all night to watch this card. There's no catch up later. It was like one of those. I'm staying up all night to watch these fights as you're based in the UK.
Bang
I
this
was a little
fight
bit
out.
lucky. It started at 7 a.m. my
Yeah.
time in Dubai. Bro, let's just get into it,
Okay.
man, because that was a
Yeah,
fucking good
man.
fight and nerve-wracking and
Oh.
exciting. And bro, I tell you what, man. Listen, obviously, you obviously never seen the results. Islam Makhachev won by decision. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that for me, bro, the takeaway is how good
Yep.
is freaking Volkanovski, bro. He's a beast. How good is Volkanovski? But he's the
He's on
man,
another
bro.
level.
Listen, I
He's on
am
another
biased. I
level.
mean, I've been saying it before that
I know you're
Islam
biased.
is my dude, but I've always said like
Yep.
I love Volk because he's just a nice guy. He's a great champ and he's a
Yep.
beast. He's got that pace.
Yep.
But how good is he, bro?
Right.
Because Makachev has been
How
making everyone look
strong
easy.
is
Yeah,
he?
yes, bro. I mean, my guy Makachev was making everyone look easy in the lightweight division, and then Volk comes up from the featherweight, what was it featherweight division, and then gives him this best fight ever. And doesn't even let him take him down. Okay, there was 4 takedowns, but and he got controlled one of them.
Yeah.
But let's be real, bro. Like Volkanovski was comfortable. You know what I mean? Like he
Yep.
was in good
Yep.
position.
Yep.
Uh,
For sure.
but my takeaway was that Volkanovski is just next level, bro, and he's strong as hell. What's your thoughts, bro? I'm freaking pumped. What's your thoughts?
Me too. I think the wrestling is what probably won him the fight, though. Islam,
I think
right?
he got 4 takedowns. He controlled round
And he got
four,
good
but
control.
really
Yeah.
he had his back control, which is a dangerous position. Don't get me wrong, but Volk
Yep.
didn't seem like he
Yep.
was in
Yep.
much
Yep.
danger. But
Nope. He was smiling.
I do think Makachev's striking actually was more precise. It was more. It
Yep.
wasn't. It
Sniper.
wasn't volume. It was just precise, and it was
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Significant. Whereas
Yeah.
Alex was more volume. He missed a lot, but he caught him a few times. So I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
overall, Makachev won from the striking and wrestling. So overall, he won. I think. And
Yeah.
that's what the judges
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
anyway. But I think the takeaway is just how good is Volk, because I'm just like, this guy's a beast. He could come up to lightweight and fuck up almost everyone. He could do it, bro. He could seriously, he could go up to lightweight in general and just fuck up almost everyone. Think about it, man.
It's possible. As I was saying, he's the only person who I could have seen actually put up, a reasonable competition to Makachev, and he did. He's the only person I could see doing it, and he nullified the strength. He nullified all the things that people were saying, the size and all these things. Like he was putting Islam in dominant wrestling positions against the cage. I was like,
Freaking hell.
what are we seeing? What are we seeing? Did you expect that?
Hell no. Hell no. I'm
No.
not gonna lie, bro. I thought Volkanovski was definitely gonna get the upper hand in the striking. And then I just thought Islam
Okay.
was just gonna shoot and wrestle him and then drown him,
Nah.
basically. I literally thought Islam was gonna drown him, but I just thought striking Volkanovski was gonna take it. But the fact that he couldn't even drown him, he couldn't. That's facts, bro. Like he couldn't. I was just
He
like,
couldn't do it.
holy shit, this makes it so
That was
exciting and
that was such a
nerve-wracking.
shock.
And yeah, and
Yeah.
he took him down in the fifth round. He
Yeah.
finished on top in, oh my God. I was
That
like,
was
Fox a
so
beast,
that
bro.
was
He's too much.
yeah. But
Such a
let's not
beast.
forget that he was about 100 and something kg as a rugby player, right? So he was pretty much a heavyweight at some point or close to it, and compressed that down to a smaller size. So, and you know what? I don't know if you heard in between rounds, his coaches asked him about his strength, and he was like, he's not that strong.
He's
And I
not
was
that
like,
strong.
huh?
Yes, he's not that strong.
He's
Oh,
not that strong. And
Volk.
I was
I
like,
love Volk, man. He's got it all in the head. Remember I told you when I was in Singapore and I got smashed by my wrestling coach and all that stuff. And I said, he
uh-huh.
broke me, right, mentally. And then the next week when I went
Yes.
back with him, for me to get my confidence, right? And for me to put, I
Yeah.
was pumping myself up as I was getting smashed. Like, I was like, let's go, let's go. But
Yeah.
Volk does
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
similar. Through that fight, he was like, let's
Yeah.
go. Like,
Yeah.
as he was getting taken
Yeah.
down, as he
Yeah.
had his back, he was just talking to
He
him
was
the whole way and pumping
laughing,
himself up.
smiling.
Every time he
Yeah,
got taken
yeah,
down,
yeah,
he'll be
yeah,
like, "No, I'm getting
yeah,
up. I'm getting up." Bro, it's
yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah,
bro. Volk's mental is next level, man. Bro,
yeah.
I've always loved Volk. I even more respect for him now, man. Just he's a beast, bro. He's amazing. I just got more respect for him. I wanted Islam to win. Don't get me wrong. But I just got way more
Of course.
respect for Volk because he's always been a nice guy, very humble,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a normal lad, and he's just an amazing fighter, man. All round amazing fighter. Freaking hell, I'm just pumped with him, man.
No doubt. I can't like speak highly enough about that feat. I know he wanted to shock the world and win, but for me, he shocked the world anyway and put up one of the best fights that Islam has ever had. And it was so competitive that I think people were shocked by the fact that it was a close fight. It was closer than anybody predicted. And
Agreed,
I think he shocked the world. He doesn't lose
100%.
anything, right?
Mm,
I mean, he didn't lose anything anyway because he only put up his pound for pound, right? So Islam had all the odds were stacked, all the losses were in his favor. But man, for me, that fight could have been a draw, and I would have been happy with it. I felt like
you think so? You
nobody
feel
really
like it could
lost
have been
that.
a draw? Again, maybe it's
What
my
I mean is,
biasy.
only because sorry to cut you, only because I feel like they were just so evenly matched. Like
Mm,
everywhere was just like no, 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 no kind of
yeah,
thing.
like
Like
Dragon
so if
Ball
it was
Z.
a draw,
Yeah.
yeah, just choo, choo. If it was a draw, I wouldn't have been mad at that. I already knew, right, that the fact that he didn't beat him, actually beat him up during the rounds. You got to beat the champ to to beat the champ every single time. I knew that even how close it was to everybody's eyes, didn't do enough. I knew it.
I think great point. I think you said where he shocked the world. He did not even by winning the title, by giving this beast, this guy who, almost under Khabib's shadow. Like there was that comparison,
Yeah,
and I think Khabib
yeah,
specifically moved away because he's like, it's not fair for these people to be under my shadow. So that
yeah,
whole aura and whatnot, he shocked that, bro. Like he just showed
yeah.
everyone that he is
Did
the man, basically. Like he's one of the best in the world. Again, I'm biased, so I don't think that it
yeah.
was a draw. I thought personally Islam won. I thought that Volk would have taken it because of the Australia crowd and the biasy that could possibly happen
The
there.
crowd,
So that's what I
crowd's not
thought.
enough, is it?
What's
The
that?
crowd's not enough to. The crowd's not enough to sway the judges, is
Being in
it? I mean,
hometown and all that stuff, I
yeah.
just thought maybe there's
I
some
see, I
bullshit.
see,
I
I
think
see.
the judges were good.
It's
I
not enough.
honestly, I
Yeah,
thought it was close,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I did see Islam winning it just because of the takedowns, the controlling round four,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the
Of course,
significant strikes. Um, but
of course, of
um,
course.
but I just thought, just because they're in Australia, you never
Uh,
know. You never know
nah.
with these things. But
He would have had
folks.
to. He would have had to like just mollygag him.
Yeah, yeah, true. But I mean, both were like, humble at the end. Like Islam said, hey, he was strong and thank you. Like you gave me my best fight. And Volk, so I think Volk said it great as well. It's like he probably underestimated my wrestling. I probably underestimated his
Yeah,
striking. So we kind of, fair
yeah,
play to
yeah.
both of us, which is just
True, true,
yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah, just humble. Like both of them are just, I think, humbled. But I think Islam got humbled more. I think Islam did think maybe, I don't know, but I think he
Yeah,
thought, I think I'll be able to just control him and finish him. And the
yeah.
fact that Alex just
Couldn't
couldn't let him do anything,
nullified,
it was like,
nullified
I
that.
think Islam got humbled more for him to be like, I got to improve more. Like, I know I have to improve more.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
man, so pumped, man. I
I
mean,
reckon rematch at some point.
I think so too. I think they
Rematch
win a
at some
couple
point.
more each, and then they go back and forth again with the
Yeah,
pound for pound, for the
yeah.
pound for pound on the
Switch
top
over.
again. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
reckon so.
it's crazy.
I
How
think
amazing
like
is this, bro? Like, sorry to cut you. Right,
oh,
we just got
no,
one
no,
of the
go
best fights in like two of the best
ahead.
fighters, like prime in their prime, and it clearly showed. Right, they were both in their prime.
Yeah.
But how amazing is
Yes.
this? Like when like it's more about the pound for pound sport. It's not like who's the champ. It's like they're fighting over the pound for pound sport, which
Yeah.
it's crazy. They should like make a belt for that shit or something, man, because that's amazing.
They should get more. Do they get more money for that? The more sponsors get? Maybe it's more sponsorships.
I don't. I mean, I think championship always is. I don't think they get
Prestige.
anything for pound because pound for pound really is just
Okay.
like analysts and
huge.
journalists and
Yeah.
us. So
It's for
really,
us. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who's the pound for pound champ? Really, like if you think about it, right? Because pound for pound, it's like Islam hasn't gone up. Alex Volkanovski, you can give him credit because he just went up. Like, you know what I mean? You got to
Yeah,
go up and down to kind of show that you're pound for
yeah,
pound.
yeah,
Like, Hoist
yeah,
Gracie
yeah,
is
yeah.
always going to go down as a pound for pound number one because he fought anyone, right? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
BJ Penn.
in my BJ bloody Penn, he fought MMA fighters when MMA, when people knew jiu-jitsu and wrestling and whatnot
Yeah,
at heavyweight and stuff. So BJ Penn is definitely up there. Anderson Silva went up to light heavyweight, smashed a couple people, came down. Like, when you say pound for
DC.
pound, these days
Yeah,
I feel like it's thrown around, but you're not considering who's gone up and down. You know what I'm saying? Like Volk never
yeah,
went up
yeah,
until now. So now like you can really like, in my opinion, that's what I'm trying to say. Like in my
yeah.
opinion.
Okay. Yeah,
Same with
yeah, yeah, yeah.
same with Khabib, same with Islam. It's like, well, yes, amazing, but you haven't gone up to show that, hey, I could take out a
Yeah.
welterweight.
Well, not yet.
I am, well, not yet, yeah, but I'm the pound for
Not
pound.
yet.
I deserve to be
Yeah.
pound for pound. So I think pound for pound, you don't get no thing. It's just one of those,
No. Okay. It's just
yeah.
one of them um unsaid awards for the people, right? People's champ.
It makes it exciting
I
though,
see.
man. But this was for the pound for
Yeah, of
pound number
course.
one, like more than the title. That's what I felt like, and it 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 was clearly that like Goku and Vegeta, bro, just evenly matched, and then Goku just
Yeah.
always kind of just wins. So good, man. So good.
You know what? This reminds me of like, every single combat movie that you see, Southpaw, Rocky, Creed, like the first fight where the underdog in a sense goes to fight the champion. He always loses that first fight. He always gets knocked back. You notice that? And people
Very
like remember
closely.
with the right. Remember the first fight with Apollo Creed, right? Where Apollo Creed beat him, right? I'm not saying that this is gonna happen in reality, but listen. Apollo Creed beat him. The critics were like, and he was like, shit, I need a rematch, right? I'm not saying that's gonna happen at all, but I'm just saying that it's that same story of guy is the underdog, guy comes, guy trains, guy does what he needs to do, beat up some meat, run on the sand, up the mountains or whatever, and he just doesn't do enough but he'll be back next time.
Yeah.
One of them ones.
It's definitely like a it's definitely like
Yes.
a movie, man. I mean,
And,
listen, definitely they can fight again.
yep.
I say they defend their belts in their divisions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
Islam just did fight in his division with Alex coming up, but just fighting another
Yeah.
contender in their division, and then they go at it
Yeah.
again. And I don't know, again, I think the next time it will be like, who has improved more, who imposes their game plan even more. Now, because now they're like, Islam's like, oh, okay, I can't take him down as easy as I wanted. So I need to think, strategize. Volk's like, oh, his striking is actually quite good. So I can't just blitz and just overpace. So going into the second fight, the perspectives on both fighters are going to be amazing because it's going to be different. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean, go on.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say like this, a second fight in the future will just be super exciting,
Yeah.
and then that's if both of them continue doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, winning and in their fight. It's just I'm just amazed how Volk came up and gave Islam such a great fight, whereas Islam's been in his division and no one really there has challenged him. But now I want to see him fight the
Nobody wants
Poiriers,
to.
the Chandlers, like who else? The Dariush. Like I want to see the Rafael Faziev and the winner of Faziev and Gaethje. I want to see Islam fight these guys now because Volk's just opened up a whole mind of curiosity,
Yeah.
man. Because
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
um that aura of
Yeah.
Islam, I'm not saying it's gone, but he cracked that aura, boy. He opened,
Yeah.
the force
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
He cracked
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
boy. Because
Yeah. For
Khabib,
sure.
with Khabib, it was always like, nah, he's too like I just made it. I was talking to a friend just now, and I was like, the difference I think with Khabib, and I don't want to compare because that's what Khabib's trying to do. He's like, don't compare me, let Islam have his shine. But I just like in my thoughts, right? The reason why I think just seemed so much more dominant because I think he was so wrestling focused and so
So
wrestling
wrestling
based.
focused.
He
Yeah.
all he did
Yeah.
was put on the pressure with wrestling, and he would kill you with the wrestling, right, non-stop. Whereas
Yeah.
Islam is so
Yeah.
way more well-rounded He doesn't have
Yeah.
that same pace as Khabib did. Like with that, Khabib was that one pace wrestling which just kills it.
Yeah.
Islam's
Yeah.
more
Yeah. Killing
MMA,
it.
well rounded. He's like, all right, well, less pace or whatnot. Which is why I think that this, which is again, I feel like Khabib's just way more dominant because of that
Yeah.
non-stop
Yeah.
pace of
Yeah.
wrestling. Whereas with
Yeah.
MMA, you know, Islam was just like chill, strike, wrestle, strike. Like there's a
Yeah.
bit of a
Yeah.
break in between.
Different
Whereas
style.
wrestling, there's no break. And that's why I feel like Khabib always had that aura of like, you can't beat this guy. Islam was just,
Yeah.
you know, Vote just kind of opened up the doors to be like, oh, actually, Islam could get beat. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how many of those rounds do you
That's
think
amicable.
Islam lost? Like two, possibly? Like it was 3-2,
Probably two.
probably.
Probably 2 rounds. Probably 2 rounds. Yeah. 2 rounds. I mean, did he drop him in the last round, or did he slip?
I don't know, because a couple of those strikes were slips, you know. You know, when Islam dropped, when you saw the replays,
Ah.
actually, they were like
Ah.
slips. I don't know about the
Yeah.
fifth round
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But there
He
was
was
the
kind of.
first
Yeah.
strike, that Vote connected with, which wobbled
He
him.
caught him.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
the ones that he dropped, there was a few of them that were just slips or he shot under
The
or
slip.
something like that. So, you
Okay,
know,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, hard to say, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Habib did have that. I mean, the only person I saw him get wobbled by was Michael Johnson. That was only for like a millisecond. Remember that? Slight millisecond. Other than that, it never really been hit that much. So but that's fine. That's his style. We get to see one of his guys with their own style, like Umair, like Saeed. They were gonna have their own style, which is nice to see something different.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but going back to that fight that you said about they're both gonna come back and learn and adapt. It's like Volk has now found himself a tougher Max Holloway. I can see them having a few. Maybe
Mm.
maybe if they keep going, maybe every now and then they're like, let's see if we can run it back and get cool and see where we're at, right? And because that was something unheard of. The feats that he was able to accomplish in such a small space of time as well. To get to that level to challenge him, and if nobody's able to do that in his division, what kind of strength does Volk have?
Oh man, Vogue. I think Vogue. You're right. Vogue shocked the world. Vogue shocked me. I always knew he was great, and when he beat Max Holloway 3 times, I was like, you got to give this guy some stripes, man. But
Yeah,
this,
big
you
time.
got to give him even
Yeah,
more stripes, because he did it. No, he didn't win, okay, but the fight he put up, man. Come on, man. Man. I would love to see them guys go at it again and just see what happens in the
yeah,
future,
yeah,
and
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Love it, man.
feel like we could talk about this fight all day because I'm so pumped, man. But
I know
well,
we can go.
we know who Volk's next fight is gonna be against, and that's
Yeah,
Yair
yeah,
Rodriguez. And how
yeah,
freaking good
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
he? Oh my god, bro! He so
His
smooth, so
movement.
elusive. The kicks were beautiful, and then he finishes him with a triangle. I mean, how good and sharp was he, man? Freaking hell, Yair
I
Rodriguez.
mean, he was like a ballerina, like dancing in the snow almost. But let's face it, right? And taking nothing away from Yair, but we knew, right, that Emmett's gonna be that kind of. He's gonna be that guy. He's gonna not necessarily swing for the fences, but he's gonna. He's not gonna have the same pace, right? So
Mm.
I thought that he would be able to catch him with the wrestling, which we spoke about, right? But if Yair was good enough with his footwork, kept the distance, which he did, we'd get this result, and we did. I didn't think he would tap him out. Did you?
No, hell no. Hell no. I thought it was striking. I thought it would have kept him on the feet. And I didn't know if he was gonna knock him out, but I think definitely striking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
fact
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
he tapped him out was just, I don't know. The first round went how I thought it would go. Like, yeah, will kick him up, then he'll take him down, and then Emmett will just use that Frankie Edgar style. And of course, Yair's grown so much
Yeah,
since that fight, of course.
yeah.
But I just thought he would just
He's
do
gonna
that Frankie Edgar
no
style, what he
offense.
did, and just ground and pound him. But then the second round came and it wasn't the same. Yair was just still smooth and elusive. Emmett couldn't even
Yeah,
get him with anything, with any strikes.
yeah.
And
He
then when
was
he did take
swinging.
him down, because he got caught with a flying knee, right? And he took him down. It was that
Yes.
triangle just went on smoothly, bro. You just saw the other leg come in, and as soon as I saw him grab his own foot to kind of lock the
I was
triangle,
like,
I was
nope,
like, Wow.
Yeah.
Finish, lose.
Just shaking head at the television. Nope.
Clear interim champion, clear number one contender for that flyweight. And it's about
Yeah.
time. I mean, is this the first
Yes.
time? I mean, he's first time interim champ, first time he's fighting for a
Yes.
title, right?
All of that. All of that. Yeah.
Amazing,
All of that. It's
amazing.
his
He
time.
deserves
It's
it.
his time.
And
Yeah.
Vote, listen, man, like it's gonna be a great fight. After what we just saw Vote do, yeah, should be watching that and be like, all right, I gotta step up my pace. Because Vote's coming with the pace, no doubt about it. And he just
Yeah.
gave Islam a crazy fight. So, yeah, should be watching that and be like, all right, we gotta step up our game too, because
Yeah.
what Vote did was amazing. You know what I mean? Like, so
He's way ahead of the pack.
you know
Way
what I'm
ahead of the pack.
saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Way ahead of the pack. That's the thing that's so scary about him is that, even watching the Holloway fights, you went from him winning to them drawing to him then like completely leaving him in the dust. It's and he's gonna get better probably, most
That's
likely,
the
right?
But that's the exciting thing about Vote, bro. You just like pull it out there. Like with the three Max Holloway fights, it was like you could just see Vote go in that direction. Like from
Yeah,
winning like just about, second fight winning
yeah,
even more, third round, just third fight, just
that's it. Yeah,
completely.
yeah,
And you saw the evolution of how this guy's improving, man, how good he is, bro. And this fight proved it as well. Like, I mean, freaking hell, he's good. I know we're going back to Volk, but that fight between Volk and Yair's that's an exciting, very exciting fight.
How would you call it?
Bro,
Very
listen,
convincing.
man, both looked amazing tonight, right? But I gotta go with Volk. After what Volk just did, I
Yeah,
gotta go with him, man.
yeah,
I don't think you can. He's got the mind game. He's got the mind power, the willpower, like the pace. I'm going with Volk. Like I don't think I can ever bet
yeah.
against Volk, unless I get a biased guy like Islam again. But I'm not betting against Volk ever, man. He's just. I
Wow.
love that dude now, man. I'm an even super fan of Volk now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
you know what? Go on.
no, I was gonna say I was already a fan. I'm a super fan now after what he did, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's inspiring, man. He's so fucking good. And he's
It
been
is.
saying it the whole week. Like, this is how you better yourself as a human. Like, you take
Yeah.
challenges. Like, I'm
Take
being
challenges
underestimated.
on.
I'm all of this stuff. I'm the small guy. I'm being
Yeah.
underestimated. And he just proves to everyone, man, that willpower, that mind frame.
Right.
He's amazing, man. He's an inspirational guy. And I don't know much about Australia sports legends of way. Obviously, in martial arts, you got John Wei Pa and whatnot. But Volk's up there, man. I mean, rugby is obviously their thing, so they get rugby legends and stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
again, he's got to be up there as one of the best Australian sports legends in the world, man. Volk's
Has
up
to be
there.
now.
Has to
Has
be,
to be now.
right?
Has to be now. Yeah, has to be. I think he's put himself on everyone's tongue when they think of Australia and MMA because was it Islam was saying they don't have wrestlers in Australia. Yeah, but they fucking will do now. you know,
Hell yeah.
you bet your bottom dollar that they're gonna have like a whole system built around Bulk maybe because whatever he was able to get from his team there, people then need to fucking listen to that shit because it worked. you know.
So good, man. So good. So, all right. Listen, man, we could talk about that guy all day, and I think we will. I think we're
No,
gonna
it's
keep
not.
going in and out with that dude. With um Islam, right? So his
Your fight.
next, who do you
Okay.
think his next fight could be in the lightweight division? Because he said he wants a real contender. That's who he said. I want a real contender, no bullshit. And I think he was just trying to say, don't give me McGregor just because he's McGregor. Give me the real contender. So who do you think that real number one contender could be?
Oof, okay. I'm
I mean, who is number one in the
looking
lightweight
through.
division right now? Is it Charles?
Yeah. Okay. So Islam has okay. Let me just go with what you asked me. I guess he could run it back for Charles again, right? That was the talk at some point. Yeah, so that's an idea. Poirier, yeah. And then there's Gaethje, and then the Dariush, and then the Chandler. And then Fazil. So he has a lot of meat on his plate to clean up, basically.
Mm.
You know, he could run it back with Charles. He could do Dustin. Oh no, Dustin's doing. No, that's not a fight, does it?
Dustin.
That's not a fight.
Dustin doesn't have a fight. I don't think so. He
That's not
just,
a fight.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he doesn't have a fight. So you got okay, you got McGregor and
Chandler.
Chandler, right? They're doing the Ultimate Fighter. They possibly
They
should
will
be
fight.
fighting by the end of the
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Correct.
So in between them, you got Faziev versus what's his name? Gaethje fighting in March in London, right? Which is gonna be a
Yeah.
great fight.
So
If Gaethje wins, if
right.
Faziev wins, it puts him high up because Gaethje is just a formidable opponent.
It
If
puts him
Gaethje
about
wins,
third or fourth. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So if Gaethje wins, I don't know if that gives him a title shot because the argument is Fazeev's not up there, but still, it's still a high level fight. I think like if you done Poirier versus Chandler, no, Dariush, you can't forget about Dariush because that guy deserves something too.
He's
Dariush, Chandler,
um,
and Poirier. Not Chandler, sorry.
four horsemen.
Dariush, Charles, and Poirier. Like they got to do something with them three to get them up to get
Yeah.
the next title fight.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. I mean, again, I could see them doing Charles again. I could see that doing that one again because I think they offered it to him and he was like, I need a break or something. So I could see them
Really?
doing that. But yeah. He said he needed time. It was like a couple months ago, beginning of the
Okay.
year maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could see that happening. But yeah, he's got a lot to do. He's got a lot to
He
do.
has got a lot to do, you know. He has got a lot. And I think, do you know what I think as well? I honestly, I think he might have overlooked Alex Volkanovski because he was talking about going up to welterweight and all this sort of stuff. So I think in a mental perspective, he wasn't prepared. Like, and I don't know. And I don't know anything about what goes on in their minds and the training. But I feel like with Khabib
Okay.
not being there, and Khabib doesn't want to be there because he wants to give him a shot.
I knew
I
it's gonna
think
come up.
Khabib
I
would have,
knew
I know, I think Khabib would have
it.
said, Khabib would have checked him a bit more. Like, don't underestimate. I don't think I feel like he did actually. I feel like Khabib would have just said, don't
You think
underestimate
so?
Volkanovski. Don't look past him. Like keep his mental on check. Like you gotta make sure you run through Volkanovski. And I feel like Islam a little bit might have
But
underestimated him.
I gotta push back on that one because I feel like with all of Islam's skills, right, and all of what he does, which is amazing what he does, right? Like Habib, they have their bread and butter, and then they don't eat fish. It's just bread and butter, right? It's bread and butter, right? And that's what he does. But the fact that Volk was able to come up and still dismantle this bread and butter and give him fucking potatoes and sausages and bacon, you know?
Sausages and bacon to Islam. Yeah.
Yeah. He gave him
Definitely
haram,
for
you know? Like
yeah.
he was able to dismantle his chi, basically, you know? I feel like that takes away something from Volk and what he brought to the table. I feel like it wouldn't have mattered. I don't think
Mm,
so. Because what else is he
yeah.
gonna tell him? You're like he did everything what his game plan is based upon. He wants to stand a bit more. That's what he wants to do. He went for his wrestling. It didn't work. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, no, you're
I don't
right.
know what
It
else you
doesn't
would have
take
told
nothing
him.
away. It doesn't take nothing away from Vogue. I mean, Islam was saying that I want to. My goal is to knock him out. My goal is to knock him out. And I'm screaming at the screen like, go for the
Ah,
takedown, go for the takedown. Like, say, I almost felt like
I
when
see,
Khabib
I
was
see, I
fighting
see.
Conor, I was just like, go for the takedown, right? And but he kept on saying, I want to knock him out. I want to knock him out.
I
My goal is to
see,
knock him out.
I
And I feel
see.
like that was just in his head. And
Okay.
whereas,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Khabib would have been like, stick to what you're best at. Like, do the wrestling, go to it. But
Okay,
but
I
again,
see.
end of the day, when he did
Fair
go for the
point.
wrestling, Volk showed. Volk showed. But shit, man, we
Fair
went
point.
straight back to
Fair point.
Volkanovski because that's what the conversation was about. So yeah, no, excited for the lightweight
Yeah,
division. We got the flyweight fight set up, which is exciting. Um,
right.
what else on the card, man?
Featherweight.
I'm actually watching the I've got the Fight Pass prelims on now. I saw
Okay.
what's his name? Charles, what's his name? I'm trying to pull up the card, man. 1 second.
Alfonso?
What am I watching now? Hold on. Sorry,
Which
bro.
fight you talking about?
I
You
just saw
mean
the
this
first
card?
fight.
Oh,
Early.
Jack Della Maddalena against Randy Brown.
No, I didn't see that one. I saw
Oh,
what am I
you
watching?
mean prelims and early prelims and all that?
Yeah. No,
Oh, I
what
didn't
about
I didn't
this?
see any of that. Oh, your guy lost.
Yeah, what's his name?
Zubari,
Zubair, that's it. So he lost against,
Zubari, yeah.
yeah, so Zubari,
Took off, took off.
he lost against one of Charles's boys. You know, there was always this thing between Charles's group and Khabib, not thing, but there was kind of like Charles's group and Khabib's group of people. So one of Charles's guys just beat Zubair. So he got one back for Charles Oliveira's team.
Ah,
Um,
okay,
Zubaira. So
okay,
yeah, so I just watched that. I've got who have I got on now? I've got Shane Young versus Blake Blinder.
okay.
I'm looking at the results
Those
as I watch the fight, so I'm kind of spoiling it for myself.
okay.
But yeah, I'm just gonna sit down and watch the rest of these fights throughout the day. But wait, we go back to the main card, man. Let's go back to the main because that's the card. Bro, okay, wait. All right.
Jack,
Next
man, let's
fight,
look at Jack Della
Jack Della. Yeah,
Delana.
yes, bro. How
Maddalena.
awesome was that? Because there was a lot of pressure behind
Love,
him, and
yeah.
what do you call it? A lot of pressure behind him, and that knockout was submission, you could say. I don't know if Randy Brown was. I don't know if he underestimated him, whatnot. Maybe he was. I don't know what it was, man. But that as soon as he closed the distance, man, and Jack connected, you could just see it was all over. That's what he needed to do, right, to close the distance because Randy just had such a length and whatnot on him. So I don't know. That was awesome. I'm not familiar with Jack, to be honest with you.
Me neither. But I am
But
now,
obviously he was a
right?
hometown favorite, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with him either. Obviously gigantic home crowd favorite. They loved him every time he scored. They booed Randy Brown each time he could even breathe. And he proved it. He proved that he is, like a diamond in the rough, basically. So I'm gonna check him. I'm gonna check him. I'm gonna check
For
him.
sure, man, for
That was interesting.
sure. What about
Very
that
sharp.
heavyweight fight, man?
Very sharp.
How like Justin Tafar versus Parker Porter? I mean, bro, that knockout, that step back
I didn't see that.
counter left, was it a left hook or right hook? Just finished him,
I
bro.
missed
Just
that
easy.
one.
And he just kind of did like a Mark Hunt kind of walk away, step
Woke
back.
up knockout.
Yeah, he didn't walk off, but he just kind of knew, all right, this is done. Just boom.
He's
It was
done.
a step back counter. It was so nice because Parker Porter was coming in with those looping hooks, looping shots. So all he did was step back and then boom, just connected. Heavyweight power, man. Just
I missed
absolute
that one.
beast.
No, I missed that one. What was it? Damn, first round as well. Damn it. I saw Jimmy Crute though.
Yeah, that was a back and forth. Like it was a
That
draw,
was.
right? And that's because
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
Alonso really he lost a point. So if he didn't lose that point for grabbing him,
Mm,
he could have won. So
yeah,
he made
probably
such a
could have
big
been. Yeah.
mistake. He made such a because it was a very close fight, but then Jimmy Crute with the grappling, he was able to overcome. He was able
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
take control.
Survive. Yeah, that was smart moves because I think um he got dropped, didn't he? Crute. And then in that transition of him falling, he went for a takedown immediately and then ran out of clock down. And I was just like, yo, that was smart shit.
That first round, the pace that they put on, boy, freaking hell, man.
They were on job.
They will have to push for the cardio for the next 2 rounds.
They were on job. That was a really good fight. I even said I was looking forward to seeing how that fight goes because they're both very impressive, and I wasn't disappointed.
Definitely. I mean,
Even
I haven't
even though it
seen
was a
any
draw.
of the other fights, to be honest. I'm on it now. So I'm gonna sit back and watch the rest of them for the day. But boy, that was anything else, like any other highlights you took away from the card, any other fights that you saw did you stay up all night or did
Uh,
you wake up just for the main event, main card?
I stayed up all night, but I did fall in and out of certain fights, so I did miss a few, but um yeah, I was just stoked for the main card, to be honest. That's all I was geared on. The rest of it was kind of like background noise, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I'll catch
But
them later. I'm
yeah,
sure they were like fun fights because it seemed like this Australia card and cup fights were just, just was just pumped. I mean, that crowd was just. I would love to hear what the numbers were, what the numbers really were, because of all the
Oh
promotion and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I'd love to hear about that in the post-fight press
yeah,
conference, because there was all that talk about the promotion. But again, I was just excited that we got the best two fighters in the world. Because everyone I spoke to, like yourself and everyone I know who loves MMA and loves the sport, like
yeah,
really loves the sport,
yeah,
watches the fight nights and all that sort of stuff, right? Not just main event dude. We're all saying the same thing. Like, we're getting the best two fighters in the world in their primes, and it's so hard that we rarely get that shit, right? From boxing or in MMA, it happens more often, but this is
yeah,
just like one of those fights that you just don't get often.
yeah.
So I'm sure all the MMA, fans are going to be watching it. I wonder how many casuals actually realize how big of a fight this was. And I don't think there was many casuals that realized how big of a fight this was. Exactly. So I would love to see what the
Yeah,
numbers were for this card. I'm sure we'll find out later
me
on.
too. Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point to settle the score on that one. And maybe not this one, but I think maybe perhaps the next fight that they have maybe might bring in a lot more people because let's not forget that Volk he's been champion for a while, but he's not a massive popularity magnet per se. Like I feel like Max was a bit more popular as a champion. Like
Mm,
I feel like this fight has done that for Alex. I feel like Max has had it a bit longer in regards to popularity. And then Islam, I mean, the guy couldn't even get fights, and he had to go the long way around, like Habib, like Tony. He had to have a lot of fights before he could even get his hands in a number one contender spot. So these two guys, who we and all the rest out there that are like serious fans, hardcore veterans, know how big it is, but the rest aren't going to see that. So maybe after the ripple effects, it's gonna bring that shine moving forward. You
definitely,
know?
definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's super exciting for both of them moving forward, man, because like even though Islam had a lot more to lose, this made things
Yeah,
exciting for him. Like Volk kind of just opened up a lot of doors and was like, what are we gonna see next? And you know, it's so exciting. It's so exciting to move forward, man. What's going on next, man? Next week we got another fight, right? Next week we got fight night,
yeah.
and it
Next week,
is
next
Jessica
week is
Andrade versus. Are we done with 284? There's anything else to talk about before I try to move on? Oh, let's talk about any
no,
other
about
M.
Islam.
Oh
Okay.
wait,
Nah,
wait,
moving
wait, 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 wait.
on.
Who became
Moving on.
Hall of Famer, bro? Come on, man.
Jens
Pulver, James.
Pulver.
Yes.
Jens Pulver. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Jens
listen,
Pulver.
when I was going back watching
Little Evil.
because he was the first lightweight champion, right? He beat BJ Penn and everything. When I was going back through my fight pass and watching all the previous
Oh,
cards, I mean, I've stopped just because of timing, but I do want to get back onto that. I did see some of his old fights and everything. I just need to get back onto that and whatnot. But I'm not gonna lie and say I know exactly who he is. I just know he's definitely a pioneer and he was in there from back in the days and
yeah,
whatnot. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
congratulations to him, man. I mean, I guess well deserved. If you're the first lightweight champion, if you beat BJ Bloody Penn, you freaking deserve to be
Yeah.
there. Is he Australian? This is how much I don't know about him. Is he
Jens
Australian?
Pulver. I'm gonna do a quick one. I don't know. I don't think I was watching UFC at that point. To be straight, I feel like I got into after his name.
I definitely did. I
He
just went back
he did.
through Fight Pass and got a bit little more.
Uh nah, he's an American. He's in Washington.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's how much I don't know
He's in
about him. Like when I said I actually did, I mean I actually didn't watch the UFC in his time. I when I got Fight Pass, that's when I started
same.
going back. So I got into UFC
Yeah,
around the Anderson Silva sort of early stages of Silva.
rises. Right. Me the same, like him. Chuck Liddell was still there. Rich
Yeah.
Franklin was still there. Tito was on the cusp of leaving because he had beef with Dana again. It was
Yeah.
around this time.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
definitely, like I said, the original ones I've gone back to and whatnot. But yeah,
Ah,
congratulations to
yeah. No, I
him.
didn't know about him. He 27-19 with his record. 27-19-1. Um, you see, all the guys that he fought, I don't even know. Maybe is that Tim Elliott? Tim Elliott? Yeah, is that him? Tim Elliott. You know Tim Elliott, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. He's the only person that I know had fought him. Like all the other fighters from Jen Pulver, never heard of him.
Yeah, and BJ Penn, I
So it's
guess. I guess
way back.
BJ Penn's in there as well. But yeah, it's way back, man. He's
Ah,
old
yeah,
school.
yeah. No. Oh, you're right. Favor. Cub Swanson.
Okay,
Okay.
so there's a
Joe
lot more.
Lozon. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. MMA gods strike me down. Yeah, no, shit. He fought some dudes, man.
Oh
He
man.
fought
All
some dudes.
right.
He
What
fought
else
some
been
dudes.
going on, bro, man? Did you hear about Jose Aldo winning a boxing match and now he's in talks of fighting Floyd
He
Mayweather
won.
yeah, he won his first boxing match in Brazil, I believe it was. And now there's talks of him
Wait,
fighting Floyd Mayweather in Saudi at the end of the year or summertime or something.
wait a minute. That was that weird card that we read out with
No, it was some next thing. This is what I'm trying to say. Like I thought, yeah, we thought Jose Aldo was gonna fight
oh
Joey Stevens. I don't know what
yeah.
happened there, but he just
Right.
won another boxing match. I don't know who against who, but I think it was in Brazil. And
Uh,
there's so I don't know what the hell is going on with that game bred boxing thing. I don't know what that is. Maybe there's something in between, or but there's all this
no, it's
talks that
April.
he might fight Mayweather, and that's amazing for Jose. Like if he fights Mayweather in a boxing match. Now, don't get me wrong. Mayweather is
Yeah.
Mayweather, right? So I don't see Jose winning that. But freaking hell, he's getting a Mayweather fight. Come on, man. Like that guy,
I
he's
mean,
well, if
yeah.
he makes a lot of money from that, hell yeah, man.
He deserves that fight because he got screwed over from Connor that time. So, and and that fight kind of made Connor get to Mayweather in a sense. So take it.
Bro, that would be amazing. So good for Jose. That's exciting
Yeah.
for him. Uh,
Wow. I didn't hear about that one.
yeah,
That
no,
one
I
stuck
saw
out the
something
mind,
recently. That's what I'm saying. I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, "What?" I didn't even realize I thought he had that other fight with Jeremy Stevens that's going to come up. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Obviously, these guys are just active and just doing what they're doing, basically, man. Um,
man. What that's madness.
what else has been going on, man? Any
What a
other
con.
news that you've seen or heard out there?
Uh oh, I've heard that Tommy Fury fight with Jake Paul still meant to happen, even though he didn't show up to the press conference, and everybody
Okay.
was you heard about that, and I think his woman was giving birth, and that's why, and he put out a statement saying I'm still ready to knock out Jake Paul. So
Okay, so people thought that the fight
yeah,
wasn't going to happen again because he didn't show. I didn't follow that, so I don't know what
yeah.
happened.
Okay, yeah. I mean that's the only snippet that I have of it. So
It's a couple of weeks,
we'll
right? It's
see.
in a couple of weeks in Saudi, right? I know. What's his name?
Is
Is it Baidu Jack? Baidu Jack is fighting. There's another guy called a Muslim boxer who I follow who's fighting, who's got on that card as well. Um,
oh shit.
I'm not fully familiar with again boxing and whatnot. But I follow a couple of
I
these
know.
guys that I guess I just follow their Instagram and just see what they're up to and stuff. But
I
yeah, I mean,
see.
hopefully that fight happens because that's like that fight's supposed to happen. Tommy Fury is a real boxer. You know what I mean? Is Jake Paul's size. I think this would be great for Jake. If Jake wins, he could just show everyone like, listen, I'm. He's still not
Yeah.
world class like Canelo wise. I don't know why he keeps thinking that, but he's like, I'm an up and coming boxer.
Ooh,
I'm definitely
Canelo.
an up and coming boxer if he beats Tommy Fury, no doubt about it. And he's definitely the best one. He's a great promoter of himself. Um,
Yeah.
and Tommy Fury is legit, you know what I mean? I saw this podcast with Rogan, and I think I talked about this, and Rogan was watching him, and then he was saying, like, he's legit. And if
Yes.
someone like Rogan
Yes.
saying it,
Yes.
yeah, Rogan can see, man, like, Tommy
Listen to
Fury
me.
is a
Yeah.
legit boxer and whatnot. So this will be exciting, I think. So hopefully it does happen.
No, it does pose a lot of questions, and I can't wait for them to be answered. So let's see if it pans out. But if it doesn't, I won't be surprised because some of these guys, man, like what are they doing? And
Man,
yeah, what are they
what other
doing?
fights? What,
Ne
any other news?
uh, only that yeah, the next card is Jessica Andrade against Aaron Blanchfield.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the card's pretty lean, I'd say.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
look at
pretty
the card
lean.
as well, see who else is on there I might be
Jim
familiar
Miller's
with.
fighting. Jim Miller,
Oh,
Alexander
wait.
Hernandez.
What the hell is this? What's this Marlon Vera versus Corey Sandhagen cancelled? Is this legit? Or is or
Where
was
you
this
going? What
like
what are you talking about? No, don't do that.
wait, let me go on the official site, man. That's this is some Google shit. Let's go on the official site, man. Wait, because normally
Oh,
that's legit, but you can't tell me that's cancelled.
nah, that's hocus pocus, man. What are you saying? No way.
Hold on, 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 hold on. Let's not spread out
I
any fake
sacrificed the
news.
goat for that fight. What are you talking about?
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. What you got here? So we got events upcoming. All right, so we got Andrade. Bro, it's
Which
not on the
fight?
UFC.
Oh,
It's not on the UFC site anymore, bro.
20th of March, yeah?
They were supposed to fight in February, no? No,
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 no.
March 25th.
March. Okay, okay, okay.
Marlon
I'm
Vera,
watching some.
Sanhagen, Holly Holm, Yana Kunitskaya. Holly Holm versus Yana Kunitskaya,
Okay, okay. So that's okay, okay.
yeah,
My bad. Why did I think it was
March
in
25th.
February?
You're greedy, man.
I swear. Anyway, 26th of March is my
You're
birthday, so that's a
greedy.
fun card to watch on my birthday. But I really
Oh
thought it was
yeah.
in February, honestly. Okay, all right. Anyway, let's not overlook next week's card. I mean, Andrade, former champ. Blanchfield, she's up and coming, right? She beat did she beat Meatball? Was she the one that just beat Molly Meatball?
She might be in though. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check.
Pretty sure it was her.
Let me check. Um, don't Blanchfield. Did she?
Damn, Jim Miller's on that card, bro.
Yeah,
He's
yeah. Jim
still
Miller against Alexander Hernandez.
Hernandez.
You're
So
right.
Jim,
She did
I
beat
think
Molly McCann.
she
She
did the
did.
previous fight. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. So
yeah,
she's
yeah.
definitely a beast. And I know Jim Miller's
Someone to
trying to get
watch.
to
Yeah,
UFC 300. I think that's his goal. He's trying to get to UFC 300. If I remember
I
correctly, right? It was Jim Miller that said that,
really.
right? Freaking legend.
I, I didn't know that. What that's his task.
I think that's his task. I remember she OSP's on that, man. Think about that, man. That guy was fighting for the championship belt.
Oh
Now he's
my!
on a prelim of a fight card, man.
The guy
Um,
used to do that, right? Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And his OSP
Yeah,
choke,
he.
the von no
Yeah,
the von
the
Flue choke, sorry.
Von Fluke choke. Yeah, that awkward position. Yeah, no,
And he
he
fought John Jones, man, for the lightweight
came
belt.
and went. Yeah, that's when Jones came back from his suspicious behavior, and then he put on an average fight, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's because he's not on drugs. That's why you know, he didn't fight that well." Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, everyone was like, because DC fought him again after, right? Jones after, and then Jones just stepped up, and if I remember correctly.
And then popped for some other shit.
Hmm.
That's all of that.
Yeah, always popping. But I can't wait for him to come back though. Freaking exciting. Yeah, so I mean, next week's card, I mean, Jim Miller. I'll definitely watch it for sure. I mean, it's always fun to
Yeah,
watch the cards. Jim Miller's gonna be awesome to watch. I'm trying to think any other news, man, that I came across this week.
not not a lot, man. Not for me. I think everything was about Volk, man, and that fight really.
I think so. I think so. I haven't been. Oh, when was the last time? I mean, look, I love watching the UFC every week anyway, but just to be so excited and nervous for a fight and all that sort of stuff. Like I know Rogan and them lot done the Fight Companion, and I'm gonna watch that after. I love when they do Fight Companions
Yeah.
with Eddie Bravo, Brendan Schaub, and Brian Callum. So I'm even gonna go
Oh,
back and
those
watch that
dudes.
after just to see their
The
reactions to the
matchup.
fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
always
yeah.
exciting as
It is.
well. But yeah, man. I mean, that's shit. I mean, that's it. I guess this podcast, this episode's gonna be about, man. Just that main event.
Wow.
So good, so good. Ah, man, I love.
Michael
You know what's
Chandler, bro.
crazy? Like, I've never been into sports in my life, and now this sport has just got me like so crazy that I have these emotions and whatnot. And here we are geeking out about it, you know what I mean? Like, it's amazing, bro. I love this shit,
It's
man.
nuts. It's nuts. Like I don't think I know anybody else that excited. I have one of my good friends. I remember like telling him about UFC Undisputed, the video game, and how I'd watch the shows, and I showed him it. He was like, "Ooh, that's too violent," and I was just like, "What?"
And you stayed up for this. You were telling me the other day, gee, I haven't stayed up for a fight in forever, and you were like, I'm staying up for this one though. Like, I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, you got the
They
Red
saying
Bulls and
shit like,
everything. I mean, this is how you know, like like these are the two best fighters in the world. There's no way I'm not staying up for this one. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I gotta stay up for this
yeah,
one.
man.
Yeah.
Literally, you gotta take whatever you can, like take your invisible cocaine, like or your speed. Just do what you gotta do to be there at 3 a.m. to watch the fight. You
Yeah,
know?
even for me, bro, because like ever since I've been in Dubai, it's not the fights are a bit more earlier than me and whatnot. But I was like,
Ah,
I'm waking up early for this one. Well, early for me today was about 7 p.m., so that's not too bad at all. But 7 a.m.,
yeah,
sorry. But
yeah, that's
again,
enough.
it just goes to show how amazing
Worth
this
it.
card was, how
It's
amazing
worth
this
it.
fight was. Like the card was fun and exciting, but just this fight, super exciting. I'm pumped for the rest of the
I
day.
don't
I'm ready
even.
to go. Me and Kibbs are gonna do the Brothers Geek Out podcast later on. Like I'm set for the day, bro. You know what I mean? Like I love
You're
it, man. Like,
nice.
yeah. I don't
G
know how
man's
you're gonna
nice.
sleep. You know, if I was in your position when I was
I'm
in the
not.
UK, I'm not sleeping. Like I'm pumped.
I'm not. Listen, I need to go and fight some invisible champion and go and put on weight. I'm gonna climb stairs and run the mountain and yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I'm inspired, man.
That's
You
it,
know what
man.
else that inspired me to train? That show called Physical 100 I told you about.
Yes, bro. I started
Have you
watching
seen
it.
any?
I
What
started
do you
watching
think?
it. And bro,
What do you
it's so
think?
intense. It's so
I
intense.
told you.
Yes, I
I
know.
told.
You were telling me a couple of months, and I was like, guys, I pressed play a few times, and then I haven't had time, and I stopped it. And then you were telling me about Sexyama in it. I can't remember his.
Episode 3.
Yeah. So anyway, I watched
Watch
episode
it.
one,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
in. Like it was like from the
Okay.
beginning when they were introducing everyone, and then they're on the hanging challenge. I was like, this is so intense, bro.
Oh, I
Bro,
didn't. I didn't
that
even.
show, me and the missus, we binged through that from Friday and Saturday, and then the new episodes are coming out next week. So we're gonna binge through
Next
that.
week.
Bro, did you watch all of it? Yeah,
Yeah.
you watched all of it?
I didn't. So what I did was I went into episode 3 because I was like, okay, let me go in like in the deep end where the stakes are going to be hotter and it's going to be more emotional. So I did that, and that was it. I just took off.
So you haven't watched episode 1 and 2?
No,
Bro, you should watch it, bro. They did the first challenge. I'm sorry to spoil it, man. They done this
I
hanging
saw.
challenge.
I
Yes, who
saw.
can hang?
Like,
Bro, some of these
yeah,
dudes, man. There's this guy, the mount. I think he's a mountain rescue dude or whatnot. He hanged for 18 minutes. 18 minutes, bro. Mad. Like willpower. Like this is what I love about the show. Like which is so makes it so fun. Is like you got all these different athletes and body sizes and whatnot in everything, and
yeah,
it just like because there's no physical activity that really going to be the best for one person, one body. It's always going to be
yeah,
different.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's these
yeah, yeah.
skinny, like again, I'm spoiling it a little bit, but this skinny YouTuber
Absolutely.
girl, right? There was this they lost, she lost, but there was this like how do I pull it, man? An event you could do to get your life back, basically. I don't know how to pull it in. And it was
This
basically
one.
yes. Bro, did you see
Oh
her?
my God,
Wait,
that
you got
what
heavyweight.
the
Bro, you got heavyweight wrestlers, you got all these people, and it's even, right? Because it's 40% of your body weight, of your actual body.
yeah, yeah,
But she
yeah,
was there
yeah, yeah.
for however long, 15 minutes. No change, nothing, no struggling.
She,
Bro,
I
I was like,
was astounded.
she killed it, bro. I was like, she's a fan favorite.
Yeah,
Like, I smashed it. And then what about the
I was
bridge one?
astounded.
What about when they had to build the bridge and put the sand over? And then you had the other girl who was a little skinny girl, and you're like, what's she gonna do? She built like the best bridge ever. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
You're just like, that's what's
Um,
exciting about this
I
shit.
did, no, it is, and I did skip a few of them because I was like one episode, like after they show what the event is, the challenge, and I see like maybe one or two, I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see something else. So I did skip
Yeah.
past a few of them because I was like, what's the next challenge? Like it's gonna be the same thing. Like no one's gonna get thrown around or anything. They're just gonna have to move around some shit. So I was like,
No, but trust me, man, it's so exciting. Like I said, I saw there was that episode where
and then
you
they
have to
fall.
move the
Whoop.
sand, and then yes, but this like basically everyone was building these half-assed bridges, right? on this challenge. You got to build the bridge and then pull the sand over, right? This
Yes,
girl, she's a
yes.
stunt girl, and she's a skinny little girl, and you're kind of thinking like, well, what's she gonna do? She built the best bridge ever because she's like, as a stunt woman, she knows safety first, so she took her time to make sure she built the best bridge. But people were running
Sure.
across that easy, whereas the other team, right, they quickly built the bridge, took what it's like. Their
I
bridge was falling apart, bro. I was
think
like,
I
this is. It's just amazing how different abilities
okay.
you can
I
use.
saw that. Yeah, yeah, because I saw them running across the bridge, and I was like, oh, and the commentators mentioned, oh, it's like super sturdy, and then I skipped through. So I saw
Yeah,
that part there. Yeah, 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 yeah.
bro.
No,
The last one that they
that is
left us
cool.
on, it's got me pumped because you had to move, you have to pull a 2-ton ship. Did you see that
The
one,
boat.
bro?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bro, I'm so like okay. So first of all, like the first the team that you think that's gonna smash it is like with all the hench guys and the main
The wrestler.
yeah, like the big bodybuilder dude. You got the main guy who's like the
Oh,
skeleton ski thing, who everyone seems to be like. He must be. I don't know him, but he must be like the most accomplished athlete in Korea because everyone's thinking he's the best. He jumped on. Did you see like he done the big high jump and you know the main dude?
oh. What do they call him? They
What
have a
they?
name for him.
Yes. What is the name?
Ah,
Iron Man. Iron Man.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That
So
guy,
his
the way he
team.
just like, whoop,
Yeah, so you
whoop.
see his team like building like do the boat, and then you had Sexyama's team with the other big dude, and they just had a much better strategy. Again, it goes to show it's not just about brute strength; it's about strategy and
Yeah,
endurance. And bro,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm so excited to see what the third team because they're the underdog team, but I don't think they can move that ship. If all those big mans can't move that ship, the underdog team, which has got most of the women and the smaller dudes in it, I don't see them
Mm.
moving that ship, but they left it, you know, they paused that they stopped the episode
Ah,
until next week. So I'm just
yes.
kind of like, man, this challenge, I really just don't see that third team doing it. But let's see, you never know what kind of strategy they could put together. But if them big mans couldn't move that ship, I just don't see where the other ones who could do it. But that's an exciting show, bro.
Love it.
It took
I
me like I
told
saw
you.
it, and then you were telling me, other friends were telling me, and I was just like, yeah, yeah, I'll get to it when I can. And just episode one had me hooked.
I'm telling you, like 2 a.m. in the morning, I put that show on. I was just like, let's see what this like Gladiator Ninja 1000. Oh, and I'm laughing and I'm giggling and I'm like the commentary is funny as well. Like it's and then even the other athletes watching the fights and commentating, even like what they're saying is really funny. You get engaged with the story and it's really compelling. Really
Definitely.
well done.
Definitely, man.
Really well done. So
I was geeking out in the beginning when like not geeking out, but like finding it like getting engaged when like different athletes were coming in, and I don't know them. I know Sexy
yeah,
Yama. That's the only one I know.
MMA fighters
But
and
when they were like, "Oh my
same.
God, he's an Olympic athlete. Oh my God, it's him." And I'm like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
vibing off their excitement because they're excited on
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
coming
yeah,
in. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
like they sold it really well. Like to get like rather than them like rather than the show promoting, oh, this guy's an Olympic athlete and da 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 da, you
yeah,
got the
yeah,
actual competitors geeking out over each other,
yeah,
which got me into
yeah,
it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think they done a great job. And then like again,
Same,
I was just
same,
biased towards Sexyama because I know him. And I was like,
same.
yeah, and he's definitely one of
Yeah,
the most popular ones, but he's an older guy. Like he's an older guy, but I feel like
yeah,
he might be more internationally popular because he's fought in UFC, he's in one championship. Um,
yeah, yeah.
but he's strategically good. If you see him in, you
He's
know, when he's commanding
very
his
sharp.
team, very, yeah, very strategic.
He's sharp. You know what? The first thing that made me realize like this guy's got brains is when they all sat down and got all of their crap, and he was just like, "I'm gonna eat nuts to this because you don't know what's gonna come up next." And I thought, okay,
Mm.
the old fox, and everyone's just like, "Yeah, chilling and relaxed." He's just like, "No, no, no, the master might knock twice,"
Just a
you
little,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah. Just it's really
Yeah,
good, man.
yeah,
I mean, people comparing it to
I
like
love it.
I got friends saying it's like a real life sort of Squid Games type thing, but it
Squid
is
Game,
exciting.
yeah, 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 yeah. It is,
They did
it
it,
is.
man. They done a good show, man. I can't wait for the next episodes. I really can't
I'm
wait.
telling you, man. That
Yeah.
was a good shock. That was a really good shock because I was thinking to myself, like, if the whole show is about power, it's not going to be fair for some people. And when they put them in teams, you know how they went put them up against each other. I was for like, oh wow, so they're gonna start eliminating people in sweeps. So it doesn't matter about your single individual strength anymore. can you work as a team? You know. So I thought that was cool how they eliminated them, and also
That's
a
it,
little bit of
man.
like psychological mind warfare between the people, you know, because they picked them and then they're like, no, I don't want you, you know.
But
So
this
that's
this
so
is this
cool.
is what I was saying about, you know, the who can hang the longest, and the little girl holding her 40% body weight like nothing, where all the big mans are struggling. I felt sorry for, remember the wrestling, the round episode 3 when they were trying to get the ball and whatnot, and that heavyweight wrestler was just manhandling the other dude, and the other dude was so nice. I felt so bad for him, but the heavyweight wrestler was
He
just
got
suplexing him and
smashed.
everything, and I was like, that's like I kept on calling him the Korean Khabib because he had the beard as well, just like Khabib. I was like the
Oh,
Korean Khabib.
that guy was cold.
Yeah, man, he
He
was
was
bro. And then
cold.
when he selected his team, and then he went up against, he picked the number 10 team because he thought he's gonna beat them, and then his team lost against them. I was just like, man, that, it just got
Yeah,
intense, man. You're rooting for the
yeah,
underdog.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Really
yeah.
good, man. Really exciting show.
But I
Really.
knew it is. I knew that his team didn't win because they showed the sand. Like the camera tried to avoid the sand, and you could see that they'd already crossed the bridge, and they were like
Mm,
here. And I was like, oh, okay, I know what's up, you know, because they kind
yeah.
of kept it as a surprise. But I'm
That was the
like,
best one though,
you know,
because I was rooting for the underdogs, man. I felt sorry for that team. Like again, the female captain, and then you know, just nobody wanted to be on the team and all that sort of stuff. So I was rooting for that, for the underdogs, man.
love it. I
Yeah.
love how they changed the narrative with that, you know, who's stronger by physicality. No, 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 but who has brains and brawn. Like that was really cool. And yeah, man, looking forward to it too. I'm
Yeah,
glad you came
man.
on board.
Yeah. I'm glad I did too. Something that me and the missus have been watching, and we've been kind of geeking out about it, and just like talking to each other about it and whatnot. It's funny. It's
Oh,
funny.
that's
I
nice,
even the
man.
first night on Friday night, like we watched, like we binged a few different episodes through the night.
Yeah,
When I was
yeah.
sleeping, I was freaking dreaming about it. I was dreaming about this shit. Like it played with my head. I was like, shit, we need to carry on and finish off this show. But then to find out that they didn't give us all the episodes, I'm like, you bastards, Netflix, give me my episodes. But at least it's next week. I would be pissed if it was 6 months away, but at least it's just next week. So that's exciting.
You take some CBD and chill, man. You
When is
out here
the
having
when is the
wild
14th?
dreams
Yeah,
about
trust me, man. I couldn't even sleep. I was thinking about this shit. When is
four.
the 14th? Let
You
me
should know when the 14th. That's Valentine's Day. You're a married man, friend.
Oh, you know, I don't do that Valentine's Day bullshit, bro. I mean,
Good,
I set my
good.
expectations with the missus at the beginning. I don't believe in that shit.
Oh,
No
okay,
offense to anyone who
great.
does. Like you can do your thing. That's cool. No,
Yeah,
okay, it's Tuesday.
yes.
That's easy. Wicked. And then Thursday I got the day off because I'm going to watch Ant-Man, so I can't wait for that. But Tuesday, okay.
Next week.
Yeah, man, Ant-Man's next week. Kibler, and Ash, they go into an early screening on Tuesday, man. We cut with the Brothers Geek Out's getting in there with Disney, bro. We got an early
Oh
screening.
my
I
God,
wish I
you
was
guys.
there too, but so Kibbs and
Oh
Ash are gonna go watch it on
wow.
Tuesday. I'm gonna watch it on Thursday here. I've got the day off, so I'm looking forward to go watch Ant-Man Phase 5 of the MCU. Can't wait.
I'm hoping that's when everything's going to change because the MCU Phase 5 has been pretty
Phase
wear
4,
and tear, you know?
yeah, Phase
Phase
4
4,
was.
right.
Yes, it was a bit,
It's
you know,
lacking
it
so
was
far. Yeah,
enjoyable for me because obviously I'm a geek. I love all that shit, and you could just see the
yeah,
characters and what's going on. But yes, you're right.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Kang's gonna bring to the table because he's the next big
Yeah,
bag.
some
And from these
cohesiveness,
trailers,
you know?
from these
Yeah,
trailers, you're already seeing a determined villain, like as someone who's just like, you know, Thanos was
Thanos.
just very calm
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
composed,
yeah.
and when it was his time, he
Methodical.
came and strike. Whereas now
Yeah,
we're getting Kang the Conqueror from the beginning, and he just seems determined. Like he seems angry. He seems, you know, enthusiastic. He seems like I'm ready to fuck shit up, like now. You know what I mean? So I'm very interested to see that, man, because Thanos, they built him up very slowly in the background. And even when he came in Infinity War, he was just a veteran, like soldier, just very relaxed
yeah,
and got the Infinity
yeah.
Stones. You know what I'm saying? Where Kang, you're already seeing like he's yeah, man, he's ready to fuck shit up. So I'm excited, man. You know me, but when it comes to these Marvel movies, I'm just pumped. So
You're gonna watch it
Thursday,
like 4 times
bro, I took the
in a
day off
day.
work immediately. I'm not taking a day off work, man. I'm not freaking working on that day. I want to go watch I don't want I don't want nothing in the back of my head. Like, you know what, you're working and you're like, I'll go in the evening. No, man, I don't want to work that day. I want to go watch to the cinema and chill and watch my movie, man. So,
That's brilliant.
yeah, so
Let's
that's
not
me,
forget
man.
that there's more than one. Right. Let's not forget that there's more than one Kang as well. So it makes it
Course.
even more
I
interesting.
mean, that's
Yeah.
the exciting thing about it, man. We got introduced to him
Yeah.
in Loki, and this was a more
Yeah.
how do you put it? Like they called him the he who be who, no, was it he who belonged? No, was it he who
He
belongs?
who remains. He who
Remains,
remains.
exactly. And he didn't seem like
Yeah.
a conqueror. He seemed like someone that knew how bad the conqueror was, where he's like, let me just keep this in control. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say? Like he knew how bad and he was
He
telling them. So, oh, man, this is I hope phase
he
five just goes into the direction that we want it to go into.
Hope. Right, right. Yeah, for sure. He who remains gave me callbacks to the Wizard of Oz, the Grand Wizard.
Yes, yes, yes,
It's
yes,
kind of
yes,
like
yes, yes, yes.
woo, behind the
And
curtain, it's the guy just like you know.
the thing is amazing is like who like Jonathan Majors, like he's gonna be playing so many different variations of this character. It's gonna be freaking exciting. Like you're gonna get like he's gonna put on a performance. You know what I'm trying to say? Because he's already amazing. So to think about
Yeah,
just playing this one character in so many different ways from this amazing actor, you're gonna be well, he's gonna give us a show, man. So that's why I'm excited that is they got someone like Jonathan Majors to play Kang the
yeah.
Conqueror. We're gonna get like what 10 years, 5, 6 years, maybe 10 years out of him in many different roles and whatnot, bro. This is shit, man. I'm geeking
I'm
out,
not
bro. I can't wait.
surprised.
I'm excited.
I'm I'm not surprised because um I don't know if you saw Lovecraft Country. That was a show that he was in, and it was very racial. But besides all that, it was very like supernatural and sci-fi-ish. So when I heard, oh, he might get linked with Marvel, and I think the co-star as well, both got linked with Marvel, I was like, yeah, of course.
I didn't see that
you know?
show. I didn't see that show. Maybe it's something I need to go back and watch. I
Um,
watched
one
uh
season only, very intense.
I watched the cowboy one. What was the cowboy one called? Why have I gone blank?
Oh, the Yellowstone?
No, 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 no. He had a movie with all the black cowboys and whatnot.
Oh, The Harder They Come?
Yes, yes, yes. And he was
The Harder
awesome
They
in
Fall
that.
or something.
How do
Harder They
they
Fall.
fall? How do they fall? Yeah,
Yeah,
he was awesome
yeah,
in
yeah. That was
that.
nice. That
Um,
was nice.
I just downloaded another movie. What's it called, man? Let me just show you. I think it came out last year or the year before. Come on, let me
Harder
see.
They Fall is it's based on real cowboys, like black cowboys from back then.
That was a good movie. What's this one called, man? Doesn't even give me
Yeah,
a
it was
name.
pretty solid. No?
Why have I gone? Let me just check the details 1 second. I got to tell you
What's
this.
it
Did I
about?
watch it? It's like a World War II. I don't know if it's World War II, but like a firefighter pilot or
Oh,
something.
with Jonathan Majors.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's called like not Defiance. It's like one word, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's so
I
crazy. I got
can't
it on my
remember.
phone, but there's a
Devotion.
I can't see the
Devotion.
blood. Was it Devotion?
Maybe I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, I think
Hold
you're
on.
right. I think you're right. It's weird that I
It's
can't even
Jonathan.
get the damn title for the damn thing, and I got the film on my phone.
It is. I'm gonna tell you because
And you know what? I'm
yeah,
not
it's
gonna listen.
Devotion. Bam,
All right,
Devotion.
awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. I'm gonna check that one out.
Uh, this one, yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Devotion and Glenn Powell. Don't know,
Cool,
but yeah,
man.
man.
Well, we
Woo!
geeked out from UFC to MCU and comic books, man. It's been a good one, man. But well, look, man, I'm
Oh
gonna leave you to
yes.
it because you've been up all night. I don't know what you're gonna get up to, but bro, it was awesome night of fights, very exciting, and I'm glad that we were. You know what? Do you know what was great about this podcast, this episode that we did? We're hyped straight off it because normally we might watch it later. Our timing's not
Yeah,
working out, so
yeah,
the hype is over. It's not
yeah,
over,
yeah,
but you know
yeah.
the energy and whatnot. We just came straight off
Yeah,
that, which made
straight.
this
It's
more even more fun.
ah,
I appreciate you staying up and just doing this straight away. And
no sweat.
I guess we'll
Appreciate
catch
you
up
getting
next
up.
week, bro.
Yeah.
Again, thanks everyone
Right.
for watching. You know, we've been getting some nice what you call it, some traction, good traction and stuff like that. So appreciate everyone
Ah,
watching.
let's ask them, right? who do you like on a rematch between the two? Who do you reckon is going to win? Comment below and let us know what you think. Who's going to
Yeah, for
win
sure.
again
Well,
in a
let's make
rematch
this a little
between both?
short, man. We'll put this as a short, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Islam
yeah.
Makhachev versus
Sure.
Alexander
Yep.
Volkanovski 2. Who do you think will win?
Right.
Let's put that down. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And we'll catch up on the next one. Peace.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Ciao,
Let me
ciao.
stop this thing.